Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to High Vibes at 5:55. This is Michelle House. How are you doing today? Today is Tuesday. And if you were tuning in yesterday was all about clarity and finding clarity and listening to how I was going to do that because clarity was not present. And good morning. I can see you all joining in. Awesome. So how did you go yesterday? Thinking about clarity and where you needed to find clarity, and was clarity the thing that was actually holding you back from seeing what it was that you desire in your life, right? So yeah, let me know how you went with clarity, because today what I want to talk to you about is focus. So for me yesterday, like I shared with you, I was like overwhelmed. Well, overwhelmed was a bit dramatic. It was just messy. Everything was just messy. And I started to go into that space of it's too hard. I can't do it all. Why me? Why do I have to do everything? Nobody helps. Why do I have to boss everybody around? All of that, right? All of that yesterday. Anyway, what I ended up doing was taking some great advice that I took from Esther Hicks many, many years ago. When you don't know what to do, take a nap. So I'm very fortunate and very blessed that I can just do that in the middle of the day. So yesterday, Lockie was a bit tired. He was away on camp on the weekend. So it was kind of, a little bit of an excuse. Come and lie down. I'll lie down with you while you have a little rest. Well, 2 hours later, I haven't had a big 2-hour nap for a very long time. 2 hours later, I woke up and I was like, that's better. That's better. Because what sleeping does, and napping, or just even, meditating, it stops your thought processes. So it stops that overthinking. It stops the going into it's too hard. It just rests that for a moment and allows you to go away and actually get some rest in your mind and then come back with a bit of a clearer head. So I know I contemplated for a while and it was really distracted trying to contemplate. Came up with a couple of things, but felt that I needed to do something else. Couldn't meditate, couldn't this, couldn't that. So all of my usual things that I tried to do weren't working. So the nap was what worked. Anyway, here I am today, all fresh and, and clean for you today. No, actually, Lockie slept for 2 hours too. This is so cool because we don't have to run around and pick up kids at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They were all here. It was awesome. So we got this really lovely, beautiful, quiet time. But what I want to talk about is focus, because if I remained where I was yesterday, the focus becomes the mess. So the focus would have become, it's so messy. Where are we going to get the money from to renovate this? Which bank account is that? Who hasn't billed yet? Who do I need to chase up for accounts? Money. Where's it coming from? Where's it coming from? Where's it coming from? Rather than, that's the focus, right? So the focus is, I don't have enough, show me where it's coming from. Does that make sense? By thinking about it in that way, I'm actually thinking about how I don't have it. By thinking about the mess and looking at the disorder, I'm thinking about how I don't have it. I'm thinking about how I have mess and I have disorder. I'm not thinking about smooth, organized. I'm thinking about disorder. So I really needed to change my focus, and you guys need to change your focus too. And for me, that is a simple thing of, visualizing really does it for me. So I just visualize a compass. And we talk about this in Rich Living Mastery and the Academy. We talk about our inner compass. And for me, I had to kind of bring the needle back to north. So it's going a little bit over this way. What's that? East. It's going a little bit east. So I had to bring it back to north and go, okay, focus on going north. Don't worry about going east anymore. Come back and focus on going north. So for me, it's now back to, and we talk about this all the time, abundance and prosperity is what we already have, right? Far out, if I'm focusing on the mess, I could focus on the abundance of mess. If I'm not careful, I really need to change my thoughts and make sure I'm attracting an abundance of order, right? So I start with the smallest thing that is in order. And for me, yesterday, that was, well, one thing that is in order is all of the kids' books are packed away and we know where everything is and everything's labeled. That's one thing that's in order. Excellent. What else is in order? Like, I'm just looking around here on my desk now, which is a bloody mess, but let me find something for you. All of my colored pens are in one space. That's in order. That's in order. I'm so grateful that I have colored pens. I'm so grateful that I can bring color into my world. I'm so grateful that I can see color. You know, imagine if I couldn't see the color in my diary and my planner and this was all black and white. That would be really difficult and challenging to live with. I'm so grateful. So see how my compass is swinging back over to the focus being about the abundance and prosperity that I already have that I want, right? Not the abundance of mess, but I want the abundance of that's organized. I want the abundance of the clarity. You know, I have clarity today. I'm looking out my window today and it looks clear. It hasn't been cleaned, but it looks clear to me. So I'm focusing on all of the things to be grateful for, and that brings my compass back to its true north, right? So same thing with money. If you're saying, I'm going to need money to do that. So I'm going to need money to, we're going to need money to redo the floors down here. Where's that going to come from? I'm going to need money to do the floors upstairs. Where's that going to come from? I'm going to need money to do the new quilt covers for the beds. Where's that money going to come from? I'm focusing on there is no money. Where's it coming from? Right? Rather than, wow, this is exciting. We're going to have, and then raising the vibe and focusing that way, right? Even though the money, it could come anywhere. It might not be money that brings that floor to me. That floor may come to me through a renovation happening somewhere and somebody is turning something around and they need to move it on and they give it away for free. As soon as I change my vibration, something like that is allowed to come through. So I need to take my focus off the money, just like you guys need to take the focus off the money. I need the money. It can come to you in a million different ways. You know, one of the biggest things that happened in my life was I always wanted to have a holiday at the coast because that's what I had every year as a child. I always wanted to have a holiday at the coast, but I got fixated about how much it was to stay at the coast. You know, it's expensive. It's not a cheap thing to do. And if you want to have a place that's got a pool, that's even more expensive. We're going to be near the beach. It's more expensive. So I was focusing on, I've got to, the only way that I'm going to have that is by putting money away every week towards the holiday. And then I wouldn't put the money away. And then I would be, you did put the money away to have the holiday. You know, now you're not going to have the holiday. When I let go of that and I went, I'm so grateful for all of my beautiful friends. I've got the most amazing friends. I'm so grateful that we get to drive to the coast. It's only an hour away. I'm so grateful that we have beautiful beaches that we don't have to pay money for. So changing the vibe and appreciating everything that I already had, right? I had, and still to this day, have been to the coast, I reckon 4 times a year for good chunky holidays, like a week or more, staying at beautiful houses that have all of the latest things that you need, that are near the water, that have swimming pools, that haven't cost me a cent. They have not cost me a cent. And because I opened my vibe, they came to me, right? So don't focus. It's not the money that is going to bring you what you want. You bring you what you want by changing your vibe, by changing that needle on the compass. Instead of coming over here and thinking about how, I mean, we've been talking about this last week too. Don't think about the how. Stop worrying about the how. Come back to what have you already got? What can you already be grateful for? What can you already appreciate? You know, I'm looking at this pile here. I've got some unopened mail. I've got some folders. I've got some client folders. And I'm looking at that and I can look at that. I can choose to look at that pile with, oh my God, it's such a big pile. Or I can go, oh my God, I'm so grateful that the bank lent us money and we have a mortgage. How lucky are we that we have a mortgage? There's lots of people that don't have a mortgage. What else have we got here? I'm so grateful that I can insure myself, that I can have life insurance, that I'm a woman allowed to have life insurance. Lucky me. National Geographic magazine. How amazing. we get this beautiful magazine where these amazing photographers take incredible photos of the gorgeous planet that we live on, changing the vibe, right? And now I'm looking at it now, I'm going, oh my God, what else is in that pile? You know, so changing the way, rather than looking at it as a mess, because that's the focus, will just be mess, whether it's money or your office. Focus on the appreciation. I appreciate, and change everything that way. And watch how the stuff starts to come into your life and how the flow comes back. Yeah? Awesome. Lovely. I'm just seeing another bad delay refresh page day. All right. Have a beautiful day. Again, I want to say thank you. I was showing my girlfriend, hey, Nicola, if you're watching, showing my girlfriend last night podcasts. I brought her into the 20th century, 21st century, wherever we are. Brought her into 2018. And I was showing her the High Vibes podcast. And I've got all these 5-star ratings. I'm very excited. So thank you so much. I know that it doesn't take a long time to do that kind of thing, but it really makes a difference to helping people find the podcast. So if you have left a ratings and a review, thank you so much. And if you feel like you've got a couple of seconds now after listening to this to leave one, that would be super awesome. Thank you. Have a beautiful day, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.